Birds are fascinating creatures, and their ability to take to the skies has captivated humans for centuries. But have you ever noticed that some birds seem to fly effortlessly, without flapping their wings? It almost looks like they're defying gravity itself. But of course, they aren't using magic, they're simply masters of the science of soaring. So how do birds soar without constant flapping? Why don't they just keep flapping all the time? And could we ever learn to soar like them? Let's unravel the mysteries of soaring flight with the help of some feathered experts. Meet the Raptors, nature's built-in pilots. One of the best ways to understand soaring is to look at raptors, a group of medium to large birds of prey that include hawks, eagles, falcons, and owls. These birds have evolved into some of the most energy-efficient flyers on the planet, using their powerful wings to glide effortlessly over vast distances. Unlike small birds that rely on rapid wing beats, raptors have broad wings with specialized feather structures that reduce drag, allowing them to move smoothly through the air with minimal resistance. Their wing shape and size determine their flight style. Broad-winged raptors like hawks and eagles are built for soaring, while falcons have sleek, pointed wings for high-speed dives. Take, for example, the broad-winged hawk, a migratory raptor that spends its summers in North America before traveling thousands of miles to South America for the winter. Instead of flapping constantly, it takes advantage of invisible highways in the sky, rising air currents that lift it up and allow it to travel with minimal effort. This not only conserves energy, but also allows the hawk to keep a sharp eye on the ground below for prey. Another soaring master is the Andean condor, one of the largest flying birds in the world. With a wingspan of up to 10 feet, 3 meters, this magnificent bird can soar for hours without flapping, relying solely on air currents to keep it airborne. Scientists have discovered that some condors can fly more than 100 miles, 160 kilometers, in a single day while flapping their wings for less than 1% of the journey. Raptors demonstrate an incredible mastery of aerodynamics, one that has been perfected over millions of years of evolution and continues to inspire scientists, engineers, and even pilots today. The secret to soaring: riding the winds of change. Number 1. Thermals, nature's elevators. Have you ever felt a gust of warm air rising from the ground on a hot day? That's a thermal, a rising column of warm air created when the sun heats the Earth's surface. Raptors love thermals because they can use them like elevators, spiraling upward without expending much energy. Once they reach a certain altitude, they can glide forward and search for the next thermal, repeating the process to travel long distances with minimal effort. Imagine if you had an escalator that went all the way into the sky, but instead of standing on it, you just stretched out your arms and let it carry you up. That's basically what birds do when they soar on thermals. The great thing about thermals is that they are abundant in warm climates, helping birds migrate thousands of miles across continents without exhausting themselves. Many migratory birds, including storks and vultures, rely on thermals for long journeys, saving energy while covering vast distances. Number 2. Updrafts, nature's speed boosts. Updrafts work a little differently. Instead of rising air caused by the sun's heat, updrafts occur when wind hits a mountain, cliff, or hill and is forced upward. Think of it like running full speed at a ramp. If you hit the ramp just right, you'll launch into the air. Birds use this same principle to stay airborne without exerting much effort. This is especially useful for seabirds that rely on coastal winds to stay aloft for extended periods. By gliding along cliffs or ridges, raptors can ride these updrafts like professional surfers catching the perfect wave. No wing flapping required. This technique is used by golden eagles and albatrosses, allowing them to travel long distances without spending too much energy. Albatrosses, for instance, can fly thousands of miles across the ocean without flapping their wings, making them one of the most efficient gliders in the world. Soaring saves energy, the ultimate life hack for birds. If you've ever tried flapping your arms like a bird for even a minute, you probably noticed something. It's exhausting. Now imagine doing that for hours or even days while migrating thousands of miles. Birds, however, have mastered an ingenious life hack: soaring. By riding rising air currents, they conserve energy, making long-distance travel much easier. The less energy they spend flying, the less food they need to eat, which is crucial when food sources are scarce. This is especially important during migrations, where stopping to hunt or forage isn't always an option. Instead of constantly flapping, they use thermal updrafts, columns of warm air, and dynamic soaring, exploiting wind differences at various altitudes, to glide effortlessly across vast distances. For example, the wandering albatross, one of the most efficient gliders, can travel up to 10,000 miles without ever flapping its wings significantly. Some albatrosses have been tracked staying airborne for over a year without touching land. Scientists studying these birds have even found that by using wind currents strategically, they expend barely more energy soaring over oceans than they would sitting in a nest. Talk about the ultimate travel hack. Meet Northfield, the hawk that teaches without soaring. Not every bird gets to experience the joys of soaring. Take Northfield, a broad-winged hawk who had an unfortunate accident as a chick. After falling from his nest, he suffered a shoulder injury that prevented him from flying properly. In the wild, this would have been a death sentence. Hawks rely on their wings for survival, hunting, and migration. Broad-winged hawks typically migrate thousands of miles to Central and South America each year, using thermal currents to conserve energy. Without the ability to fly, Northfield couldn't make this journey. Luckily, he was rescued and taken in by VINS, Vermont Institute of Natural Science, where he now plays an even greater role. As an educational ambassador, he helps people understand and appreciate the beauty and complexity of raptors. Visitors at VINS learn how hawks use keen eyesight 8 times sharper than a human's to hunt from great heights, and how their wings are adapted for both speed and soaring. Plus, let's be honest, he gets to enjoy a life of free meals, adoring fans, and a cozy enclosure, quite the VIP experience. His story is a reminder that wildlife conservation efforts can turn unfortunate events into opportunities for education and awareness, giving injured animals a new purpose in life. Can humans soar like birds? Wouldn't it be amazing if we could just stretch out our arms and glide through the air like an eagle? While humans aren't naturally built for soaring, we've come pretty close with technology. Hang gliders, paragliders, and even certain airplanes use the same principles of thermals and updrafts to stay aloft with minimal energy. Hang gliders, for example, can stay airborne for hours by riding rising columns of warm air, just like birds of prey. The longest recorded unpowered human flight was over 700 kilometers, 435 miles, using only natural wind currents. Engineers and scientists have also studied the flight mechanics of birds like albatrosses and condors to develop more fuel-efficient aircraft. Researchers at Stanford University have analyzed how birds adjust their wingtips mid-flight to improve aerodynamics, a principle now influencing modern drone designs. Meanwhile, extreme sports enthusiasts continue to push the limits of human flight with wingsuits, essentially turning themselves into human birds. The current wingsuit speed record is an astonishing 250 miles per hour. Soaring might not come naturally to us, but every time you see a hawk effortlessly gliding on the wind, just remember, it's not magic, it's science. Maybe one day, with the right technology, humans will glide as effortlessly as the masters of the sky. That's all for today's video. If you loved learning about the science of soaring, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Share this video with your fellow nature lovers and let us know in the comments, what's your favorite soaring bird? See you in the next video. Until then, keep your eyes on the skies.